Hi there and welcome to my channel. Today's project is for the Vicki Boutin design team, and this particular project is a little bit different. It's a mixture of an art journal with a scrapbooking with some journaling. But before I get started, let me just show you what I'm using. I'm using one of the mixed media inserts for the Vicki Boutin Junque Journal, and all I did is pre-treated or prime it with some gesso. After I got that ready, I wanted to play with paint. Like I said, I am not an artist, but I do enjoy the look of mixed media, and I like playing with or experimenting, you can say, with color. So all I'm using is I wanted to focus in these two colors. One is called, believe, is Ice Daiquiri, and the other one I can't remember the name, but I'm gonna link it to the comments on the video. And all I'm doing is I'm dropping some paint, and my idea was just to mix it along the way, blending it. And I wanted to create some sort of circle, or like, if you want to call it, clouds along the page. And my idea was to, since this one is one of the inserts that has a fold, was to create sort of an art journal on the right hand side of the page. And on the left, sort of like a scrapbook in that page that will mix together. But I might get confused, but let's keep going and I'll show you what I'm doing. Along the way, you're gonna see that I actually make mistakes, not mistakes, but there's things that I'm learning along the way. Like I said before, this particular type of journal is completely new. I'm loving it because it gives me the chance to practice a lot of the backgrounds and do a lot of things that I wouldn't have tried in a big scrapbooking page. So it's great. So one of the things I did is once I did the 3/4 of the entire layout, you can say, I decided to stop because I had a different idea. I wanted to use another medium, but then as I said it, I put it aside to dry. I keep considering that I think I need to complete the entire look before I put something on top of it, so it looks like a complete background, and there's not a breakout on the color. So I decided to put one of my makeup sponges because I've already washed the other one. It was soaked with water, and I tried a little bit, and actually started taking the paint away. So I decided to just use a brand new sponge, and you know what? It gave me the results that I want. Now, the inspiration for this page was a selfie that I took a few days, not ago, but a while ago. And it actually, when I took it, I was facing the sun, and it created these circles around the picture. So I wanted to bring that into the page, and that's what the background looks like, little clouds or circles. And all I'm doing, this is one of Vicki's new stamps, and I love it. This is such a versatile stamp, and it has all these circles full of dots, and I'm just taking advantage of that and using the cool set palette or the inks just to create a series of circles. I'm not being careful. I'm just stamping into what it looks pleasing to my eye. And I just want to, like I said, I want to focus on a cooler palette for this. And as you can see, I'm focusing a lot of the stamping on the on the right hand side of the page. The page that I want to try to keep more as an art journal, what the left hand side of the page, when my picture and the scrapbooking part of this project is going to go. And again, these circles, the stamp comes in graduating sets, so large, medium, and small. And I just used all of them in different color inks. And like I said, as you see, I'm being liberal. I'm not being like, it's an exact location for the stamps. I'm just stamping along the way. And you know what? It was an interesting process. I've never tried art journaling, I gotta be honest. Yes, I like doing, backgrounds and stuff like that, but actually creating this was very good for the soul. It was nice to get messy and just play with the paint. Just, create something because it looks good, because you like it, not because, you want to have it there. It was just fun. Honestly, it was fun. So once I finish stamping, I'm gonna bring in one of the new sets again. This is one of the new stencils, and I'm using the art crayons. And I'm, like I said again, I'm focusing on the cool palette. I love these colors, and I'm bringing the new art crayon brush, or the stencil brush, and this brush is heaven. It's great. It collects art crayon. It puts it in one single spot. It makes it look inky without adding water. You can concentrate color, and all you have to do is grab a little bit of the crayon on. I'm using my craft mat right now, and picking it up with the brush, and then just transferring onto the paper. And since I don't want to move it, I'm just using a little 2 pieces of painter's tape just to keep it in place. And as you're gonna see right now, I am trying my best not to get the square edges of the stencil. So I'm just trying to focus just on the inside of the stencil. And I'm gonna move it around, and I'm even gonna use the stencil on top of some parts of the previous stencil page, you can say. And I actually like the way the colors combine, and they look that some of the lines like are imposed or intersect each other. It looks great, and I'm loving the way, like, the circles, the entire look of the page is coming together. As I was working the page, I noticed that this needed shine and texture, and the best way to do it, even though I'm not a glitter person, is to bring glitter. So I'm just using the acrylic matte gel just to stamp some of the image, this one of the circle images onto the page, and I'm just gonna use the medium thickness glitter just to add that shine that the page needed and the texture. And all it took is the stamp, put it in, and I shake off the excess and set it aside to dry. And I love it. I love the texture. I love the color. I love, the smooth surface and having all those colors and have those little chunks of shine. I love it. So now I'm gonna work on the picture. And for that, I had this little piece of the blue paper that actually matches the color of the ink in the big circles. And I'm just gonna take advantage of that as part of the layer behind the picture. And this is a picture that inspired the entire page. And you're gonna see that it has this huge circle around my face, which just sounds really bad, but it's actually teal. The camera picked it as teal, and that's why I'm picking all the colors for this particular page. And I'm choosing to put a little piece of gold tissue paper that I had in my stash. I just think it brings all the colors together. After that, you're gonna see that I'm gonna go very simple of the decorations. I want the background to show, but I also want to bring some sentiment to the page. And because it's such a small format, it's new to me too, so I'm trying to work around it too. So as you see, I'm just taking advantage too of some of the ribbons from the collection. And I like to use them enveloped because it adds softness, it adds translucency to the page, and I love it. And as you see right now, now that I'm happy to what everything looks like, I'm gonna start gluing things together. And I found this little piece of ephemera that said, "Go your own way." And I like the fact that it talks about, me. I'm gonna be selfish. I scrap about other people, but it's good to scrap about yourself too. And it also talks about the fact that this is something that I actually enjoy doing a lot, and it's taking long walks in the park. And I'm very blessed to live close to a park. And after that, like you see, I'm just adding some of the stickers, and I love the stickers. The sentiments are fun. They tell a lot in one single phrase. Then that's pretty much it. And then I wrote just a few lines of a journal. And now that the inside of the page is complete, I'm gonna start working on the fold of the outside of the page. And actually, the 7x10 paper pad had this script paper that had the same colors that I'm using inside. So all I did is cut a piece of it to fit the size of the fold. And after that, I am using the acrylic gel as glue. So I'm just gonna brush it onto the fold, and just like I mentioned, it's like pretty much decoupaging the fold, and I'm attaching the piece of paper. And I wanted to bring a few sentiments without taking over the page. And I actually like the fact that I found this circle frame on it, and it mirrors the idea of what's inside the page. So I'm attaching it to the bottom corner of the fold, and then I'm gonna add this sentiment that says, "Capture the life you love." And this is, I want to create not just an art journal, but I want to add pictures to it. So I think this actually tells the story of what I plan to do with this, or at least with one of the junk journals, because we have a few of them. So I want to use one for this. And as you're gonna see, again, like I said, I'm obsessed with vellum, and I think that I use the teal butterfly that comes in the ribbons just because I added the softness and the color. Everything worked for this. And then I'm just taking advantage of one of the stamp sets. It's the one in the first release, sorry, in the second release, and I'm just using it to add a little bit more butterflies. And I'm using the colors that I used inside just to complete the look of the page. And that's about it. It was that simple. And just to keep it closed in my little junk journal, because there's paint, it tends to open, I'm just using one of the paper clips from the collection. And that's about it. If you haven't looked at a junk journal, then take advantage of the Vicki Boutin's junk journals. They're great. It's a great place to practice your backgrounds, to get inky, to get messy. You're gonna love the results, because you know what, it's all about making mistakes and learning from it. And honestly, you're gonna love it. It's an addiction. I love it. Don't hesitate to contact me if you have any questions. I'd be willing to help you, no problem. And don't forget to check out Vicki's stuff. It's amazing, honestly. And thank you so much for being here. Bye bye.